my parents, they really want me to get married, but the thing is that Muslim men don't want to marry me because I speak. I'm from England, and in England we don't know much about Sweden. All I know is Sven Goran Eriksson. So I came here with very low expectations. But when I first came to Sweden, I got a lot of abuse. Like, I was walking down the street, and people kept saying that I looked like the elf from Harry Potter. Now, I was walking down the street, and people kept shouting, "Dobby! Dobby!" Now, I thought, who the fuck's Dobby? So I went to watch the film, and I wasn't pleased. But sometimes people send me hate mail. I get a lot of hate mail from Muslim men. I had this email last week. It said, "You do comedy. You're a prostitute." Yes, I had to point out to him, prostitutes earn more money. But what he doesn't realize is that I'm now using him as material. So effectively, he's my pimp. But sometimes people ask me really silly questions, They say to me, "Why does your mother walk 5 steps behind your father?" And I say, well, he looks better from behind. But actually, these days, the women are walking 5 steps in front of the husbands because of the landmines. Now, the thing is, I'm very lucky because in England, the women in my family, they're all Muslim and they all wear the burqa, and it's great because they all use the same passport. In fact, we've saved a lot of money, and my brothers have started to use my mother's pass now as well. But you know what? I don't drink alcohol. It's against my religion to drink alcohol. But I have taken ecstasy. Because it doesn't say anything in the Quran about ecstasy. But I went to America recently, not to blow anything up, just for comedy. And I was walking down this street, and this American woman, she shouted out, "Oi, you Paki! Go back to India!" Now, I know that the Americans are bad at geography, but that is taking the piss. But I was talking to her, she said to me, "I love what you do, and I understand everything you're talking about, because I used to live in Islam once." But my parents, they really want me to get married, but the thing is that Muslim men don't want to marry me, because I speak. But I am quite looking forward to my wedding day, I can't wait to meet my husband. But my friend Julie, she says to me, "How can you sleep with someone you don't know?" I said, "Well, you do it all the time." Well, I went to Denmark recently, and I got on the plane with my burqa on, dressed like this, and this woman, she refused to sit next to me. Obviously, she hadn't watched Harry Potter. So I said to her, "I'm going to sit on this plane and blow it up. And you think you're going to be safer 3 rows back?" But when I went to America, some people, sometimes they'll get mistaken for a terrorist. And I got stopped at customs in New York. The first question he said was, "Have you ever grown a beard?" I said, "Look, I'm an Asian woman. Of course I've grown a beard." Then he said, "How often do you have negative thoughts about the USA?" I said, "Well, every time they attack someone, so quite often." And he said, "Are you affiliated with oil or money?" I said, "I've got a car and I'm not poor. What, does that make me a terrorist?" But they thought that my mum was a terrorist. Now all she does is cook all day. What's she going to do? Run a kebab through someone? Now, recently I was in the vagina monologues. Have you got the vagina monologues in Sweden, yeah? Have you heard of vaginas? Yes? Now, what happened was, Eve Ensler, who wrote the monologues, she asked me to write a monologue on Muslim vaginas. Because she'd written the book and there wasn't one in the book already, obviously. And she was scared to get killed, so she said to me, will you do it? And I said, yeah, all right. She said to me, can you describe what Muslim vaginas are like? I said, Muslim vaginas are like the Channel Tunnel. It's not that they're long. It's just that there's lots of Taliban trying to get in. I've been Shazia Mirza. Thank you.